Back in 2019, a single developer dropped Bright Memory, a game that shook the mobile gaming scene with its insane graphical fidelity. At a time when most phones had barely 3 GB of RAM, the game looked stunning. But it was more of a tech demo, short but impressive. So fast forward to today, we have Bright Memory Infinite, the full-fledged remake that expands on everything the original teased. And guess what? It's on mobile. Hey Gameheads, welcome to Mobile Game Reviews, that place where we check out the latest releases and see if they are worth your time and money. And today we are looking at a game that's finally come home, Bright Memory Infinite. So we're gonna check it out right now. Now, let's be real. The game's story isn't Bright Memory's Infinite's strongest suit. It's basically an excuse to throw you into some high-octane, and I mean high-octane action. For those who like a little mystery, here's the setup. You play as a government agent sent to investigate a strange island where bizarre weather patterns and a mysterious black hole are wreaking havoc. Yes, the game throws away science immediately out of the window. But of course, the premise doesn't stop there. It turns out that there's another organization poking around for something, and the black hole, yeah, it's pulling warriors from ancient time through weird anomalies. Yeah, the story completely goes off the rail from there, but in the best way possible. So if you're into fast-paced, high-octane action with a touch of sci-fi madness, because it's actually madness, this one's for you. Okay, now let's talk about where the game really shines, the gameplay, because Bright Memory Infinite isn't here to tell a deep story, it's here to make you feel like an absolute beast. This is a first-person shooter that throws 3 main mechanics at you: guns, lots and lots of guns, with the classic FPS action with an array of arsenals of weapons such as their assault rifle, your pistol, shotgun, sniper, you name it. And each of these have special armors that can do this, this, or this. Incredible. You also have your X-suit abilities. This futuristic suit lets you pull off crazy moves like repulsing enemies, attracting objects as well as enemies, and using a grappling hook in special occasions. There's also a sword combat. Yes, ain't a Chinese game if you don't have sword combat, with a badass katana that can slice through enemies, create ether projections, block enemies' attacks, parry, slice enemies up in the air, and cut through them like a cyber ninja. Now the real fun of this game comes from weaving all of this together. You're not just running and gunning, you are dashing, you are wall running, you are parrying, you are chaining together some of these insane combos to create flavorful attacks. If you've played Gunfire Reborn or Doomslayer, you will feel right at home. And yeah, I could also say it has some Titanfall vibes, but I won't go into that because the community is already praying for Titanfall 2 and I do not want to be their next victim, even though they are pretty chill. Okay, let's talk about the performance and controls, how it actually runs on mobile, because let's be honest, none of this really matters if the game plays like a slideshow. And the verdict is, drumroll please, it runs beautifully. I tested this on a washed up Nokia G60 with a Snapdragon 695, a mid-range phone, and I was able to get a solid 60 FPS at max resolution. I could have pushed it a little bit higher, but to get up to 120 FPS, but when I started doing that, I noticed some stutters. So yeah, 60 FPS was the sweet spot and I have no complaint about that. It was smooth. It did get a couple of crashes, but that was mostly because I was using an external screen recorder. Without that, the game ran fine. Now for the controls, I played both a wireless controller and touch controls. And let me tell you, if you happen to have a controller, use it. The game feels like a full-on console experience with all the clutter gone from the screen. Touch controls are responsive, but they feel a bit messy with all the different mechanics going on, and pairing can feel like a drag. Fortunately, you can customize them, unlike Blasphemous, to fit your playstyle. So, what's the final take? Bright Memory Infinite is an absolute banger of a mobile FPS. The story is forgettable. The gameplay is a chef kiss. The combat mechanics keeps things fresh, and unlocking new abilities make you feel like an unstoppable force. Performance wise, the game is optimized well even for mid-range phones like myself. Sure, it gets a little warm after long sessions, but nothing too crazy like Warzone Mobile, and honestly, for a game that looks this good, that's to be expected. So what is my final score? I would give this one a 9.5 out of 10. It's just that good. So what do you think? Have you played it yet? How long is the campaign? Because I haven't finished it. Is the protagonist hot? I know what you guys are thinking. Let me know in the comment section. The name is usually PDoc. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Drop your game request for new reviews, and I'm out though.